We are here for the seminar, it's a regional seminar on the implementation and ratification of the Cape Town Agreement of 2012. This agreement is about safety of fishing vessels. For many years, over 40 years now, IMO is trying to work for the safety of fishermen. And up to today, we don't have one international instrument, binding instrument in place for the safety of fishing vessels and fishermen. Then in 1997, there was the International Conference on the Safety of Fishing Vessels that was adopted in Torremolinos, never entered into force. Then in 1993, there was a protocol modifying the convention for that convention to enter into force. The protocol didn't enter into force either. And then IMO continued working with its members' government for finding an agreement that would bring the provisions of the Torremolinos Protocol into force. And it was done here in Cape Town in 2012. But up to now, only 7 countries have ratified the agreement, and I can say that South Africa is one of those 7. However, for the agreement to enter into force, we need 22 member states ratifying the agreement. We have only 7, as I said already. And we need 3,600 fishing vessels in the fleet of the contracting states. And up to the moment we have only 884 fishing vessels. Then this agreement is to bring awareness of the importance of the safety of fishing vessels and fishermen to this region of the world. I know that it's very important for Africa, and the Cape Town Agreement, although I'm saying about safety, it has been recognized that there is a very close relationship between safety of fishing vessels, fighting against IUU fishing, and also labor conditions on board. Therefore, it's important to have this agreement into force as soon as possible. Thank you.
Now, you are meeting in Cape Town over 5 days, beginning today, and you have this challenge of recruiting more members, if I may use that term. What will it take? Are you here to strategize around that, and what will it take to get more countries on board and to get more vessels registered in order for this agreement to actually take effect?
The intention is, first, that people can understand what is this Cape Town Agreement. I think it's the first point, because if you have an international instrument, like a convention, for example, but you don't know what it is about, why your government should ratify? However, if we are here and we try to show you, first of all, what it is, the agreement, we will talk about it and try to give some details. And then we will talk how you can implement this agreement into your national legislation. Obviously, South Africa has done already, but not the other participants. Because you have to be able to implement in order to be able to ratify. If you can't implement, you will never ratify any instrument. Then our intention is talk about the ratification, why it's important, the implementation, how can you implement, and also bring awareness for this situation, because one of the most dangerous professions in the world is actually being a fisherman, or fishers, let's say, because we have fishing women as well. And that is why we are here. We want to reduce the loss of life and give them more safety on board in general.
You've come back to Cape Town again. You could have been in Djibouti, you could have been in Lagos, you could have been in any of the other countries that are along African coast.
We could, it's true. We are having seminars in many different regions in the world, like we had in South America, in the Caribbean, we had already in Africa, but for the Francophone region, we had in Bali for Asia, we had recently in Cook Islands for the Pacific Islands, and we needed now to be in Africa for the Anglophone region, and could have been any other country in this area. You are quite right. But for us, first, South Africa was extremely kind in accepting to host the seminar, because obviously takes up of your resources, your people and money and time, and we are very aware of that. Then we are very thankful for South Africa for the kind acceptance to hold this seminar. But apart from that, we thought that as we had here the conference 5 years ago, was a way to reinforce. At that point, the conference was successful in adopting the agreement. We want to see the seminar being successful as well in having more members ratifying the agreement.